गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन् ऊतिभिः सीदसादनं श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्ते अस्तु लंबोदराय एकदन्ताय विघ्नविनाशिने शिवसुताय श्री वरदमूर्तये नमो नमः। I am very much overwhelmed to be here today amongst all of you and talk about a subject which is very dear to my heart, and also it gives me a great pleasure to have come so far from India and be amongst all of you and discuss something which is our own subject, which I never expected actually. Today we have all these scriptures alive because of our Guru like Shankaracharya and all. So first we have to pray. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने श्री व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। हरिः ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। Today we are going to talk on a subject of Sanatan scriptures. Now it is such a vast ocean that I don't know how I will be able to cover it within a short period of say 1 hour or so, but I will try my best to give an overview. I may not be very detailed in my, because it is so very difficult and very vast. So I would like to give an overview of the whole subject, how it pans out. You see, every religion in the world talks about a book for them, which they call them sacred texts for themselves. But we are put in a position where it is very difficult for us to call a particular book as our basic book. The reason for that is very easy to see, but also very difficult to understand. Everyone can say that Vedas are our basic books. But what is Veda? Veda itself, Veda, this entire root means knowledge. So here it is a book of knowledge. So it is a complete path. It is a book that does not just give you, say this is God and you pray and like that. It goes on to teach you about what we have to pray, why we have to pray, and what is the benefit which we are going to get by praying, and how we should pray. Moreover, how we should live, because living itself is a prayer. Our whole life is devoted to Godhead. That is what Ishavasya Upanishad says. Ishavasyam idam sarvam. This entire universe is the product and it is the ownership of God. So we are living in that ownership. We are part of that ownership. So we are like, you can't say tenant, but we are part of that ownership. So we are one amongst the owners of this entire universe. So we are also part of it. God is also part of it. Everything is Ishavasam idam sarvam. They have never said that Ishavasam is this or that or A or B or C. They have said Ishavasam idam sarvam. In sarvam you are also there, I am also there. Everyone who is sitting here, everyone is there in Ishavasam. Then it goes on to say that because these are certain fundamental principles on which these Vedas are based, that is why I am elaborating this. Now the next line in that says that whatever you derive from this, now if you say that it is mine, I am also part of it, that does not mean that I can take anything from this and just enjoy and keep quiet. So if I take anything from this world, even this breath I am taking, even the water which I am drinking, even the food which has been produced in this society I am taking it as if I don't pay for it, because it is a transaction. So if I don't pay for it, what will happen? That means you are stealing. Suppose you take something from the shop and you don't pay for it. What does it mean? It means that you are stealing. So here, you are robbing. So similarly here also, when you go out and you take something from this thing, so you have to have. Now what will we pay? Now I am breathing. So what should I pay? I should take for every breath I should take 10 paisa and 1 rupee or 2 rupees like that. It is not like that. Bhagavad Gita says, Devan bhavayat anena te deva bhavayantunaha parasparam bhavantaha shreyas sukam avapnayam. That is, what does Devatas require? What does the God require? They require only your goodwill. They want that you should appreciate their role. So it is in a different way, it is a prayer. Bhavayat anena. So you say that I am grateful to God for giving me this. So that your gratefulness, your feeling of the gratefulness is the price you are paying for taking that goods from that breath or anything that you take from the universe. So everything we owe a debt. So now what should we know? Veda means, as I told you, it is knowledge. So what is that knowledge which we have to acquire? So here we have given a small triangle. So in which the Vedas are in the center. On the one side of that is the Jiva or the Adhikari. So each one of us are Adhikaris of this world, this universe. Because we are part of it. So we are all Adhikaris. We have some Adhikar in this world because that is our birth. We have come, our birth has been given to us, we have taken our birth because we had an Adhikar to come here. So we are called Adhikaris. So we are not just come here just like that. We have certain Adhikar. We have that Adhikar in this world. So we are also called Adhikaris. So in case of a ritual, the Pandaji or somebody will call you Yajaman. He will say you are Yajaman for this. So here there is a greatness for each one of us because we are all products of the Godhead. So here we have this Jiva or Adhikari on the one side. Then against it, just opposite to it, we have got the Jagat. So we are living in this Jagat. Jagat is complete cosmos. It is not just this room or this Ireland or like that. It is the entire universe is our Jagat. So entire universe, the Jagat also includes our body that I will explain to you later. But Jagat means all this, everything that we are used to or we just know by nature or by knowledge, by science books, by social books or whatever you know is all Jagat for us. And then this Jeev and Jagat both derive their sustenance from what? From Brahman. So Brahman is the main subject matter on which the entire cosmos is based. So Brahman is the vertex of this whole triangle. So what we are doing, what are Vedas? Vedas are the knowledge that enlighten all the three. That is why it has been given the central piece. So in the center you have got the light of Vedas. Vedas are Jata, Vedas is fire. So fire, it has come from fire. Vedas are said to have come from fire. Why? Because they are going to give us the light which can show all. That is why we have a transactional relationship with the Jagat. So we are here and there is a Jagat. So we have a transactional relationship. We derive our so many things, our living and everything from this Jagat for which we are taking, and we also maintain that Jagat through our Dharma, through our Karma. All these things are transactional. So our Dharmas, Karmas, prayers, everything is transactional, like that relationship between Jagat. So we have got this Vyavaharam between Jagat and Jiva. So this Jagat and Jiva Vyavaharam is called Purushartham. So we do the Purushartham. So Purushartham means when we do the Purushartham, we are actually Purushartha Phalam is there. So when you do that, again the Jagat is also going to repay you something. So what we say? We say that Purushartham Phalam are 4. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So Dharma is one. So Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. So the one who protects the Dharma will protect you. Now you say that when you go in the street, if you follow the traffic rules, if everyone follows the traffic rules, then only the traffic rules will save everyone. Even if 1 or 2 persons don't follow the rule, there will be an accident. And then there will be, that will not save. So if the entire Dharma, it depends upon you. You follow the Dharma and the Dharma saves you. So everything is reciprocal. So we have to understand all these things, because that is how our daily life should be tailored to be in the part of this Adhikari. This Adhikari has to go Urdhva Mukham. That is, he has to reach that Brahman, that other vertex. Now he is in this vertex. Now from this vertex or this point, he has to reach that point ultimately. So for that, he has to know how he should do the Vyavaharam. So that is why it is said Artham Kamam, because in a daily life, you need Kamam. You need desires. Without desires, there is no development. So there is a Kamam. Kamam is also very important. It is not that you have to do things without having any. This is all not very correct. Veda says that you have Kamam. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yoveda Nihitam Guhayam Paramavyomanne. जो ऐसा समझता है सो अश्नुते सर्वान कामान सहा. Vedas say very clearly that if you understand the Brahman and the Jagat and their relationship and your relationship with them, and you know it as Satyam, Jnanam and Anantam, then what happens is that Ashnute means digest. You digest everything having the Kamam together. So Kamam need not be thrown aside somewhere. So you live a life where the Kamam is also part of you, because otherwise Kamam is not there. There is no world. There is no praja. There is no, if you don't like your children, how you will tend them, how you will grow them. All these things are necessary. So everybody cannot be a sannyasi, everybody cannot be a brahmagyani and go and have the Brahman. So our Vedas are very clear. They are not saying that you 24 hours you spend on going through this mumbo jumbo of Vedas and all this. No, not like that. So you just remember your place, and you just do according to what the Vedas have taught you to be in which place. So with this knowledge is like, when these children go to the school, then, you don't teach them like physics and chemistry and all those things to them. You teach them something else. C for cat, D for dog, like that. So similarly, I am also like that only. So whatever, wherever I am, Vedas will take me. I should only have the ability, or I should have the feeling, or I should have the willingness to go and understand it. And I should have the what they call in Sanskrit as jignasa. So once you have the jignasa, God will send somebody to you to teach you in the language which you understand. He will not say big things. He will tell you the same thing in very, very small bits and pieces, so that you slowly graduate up. Like that. That is the purpose of Vedas. So Vedas, Ved means knowledge. I know. Vedas proudly say that I know. Veda aham purusham mahantam. उस महान पुरुष को मैं जानता हूँ. I know him. I know him means what? Because that is the light I am having in me. I just have to bring it to the fore. I have a torch with me, but I am not putting it on, then what is the use? So I should know, I should try, I should have the jignasa, then the God will bring me. My Guruji used to say that you have a glass of water and you put some mud or something in that and you keep it. If you keep it for 2 hours, after that the entire mud will settle down. The water will be clear. You can just take the water and pour it into another glass. But if you keep on stirring it, what will happen? You will never get the clear water. So this is what happens to us. Because we don't go and we don't take that seriously, that we must know. We don't have that clarity. We don't keep that clarity in our mind. We are 24 hours, we are running after money, we are running after food, we are running after so many things. The world has become so, with this, particularly with this mobile and all coming, it has become it's a fish market now. It's so difficult for us to keep that, like that water is clearly kept. It's not easy for me to keep. So what is the way? So I have to go along with what Vedas are teaching me. So Vedas are telling you that you are on this vertex, Jagat is before you, so you have a vyavahara on a day-to-day basis, so you keep on working for that. So the entire karma kanda of Vedas, right from beginning to end, is the science of how to deal with the Jagat. From the childhood to your death, how to deal with it. So every stage it gives you something. Every stage there is something. For every stage there is a ritual. For every stage there is a ritual, and every stage there is a way of teaching in Vedas. So that is how it is given to us. God has given us this great treasure to teach us from A to Z, slowly and steadily. So we have so many scriptures, but every scripture is according to my taste, according to my position in the society, according to what I can do, I must. So I don't have to, suddenly become a Vivekananda tomorrow. There is no need. Wherever I am, whatever is my level of intellect, there is something. Like you see, some of the villages, if you go, their knowledge about some of the dharmas, dharma granthas and some of the dharmas are much more than us. Although they may be, uneducated, they are not Harvard educated or Oxford educated, but their way of, expressing certain normal social things are so beautiful that you can't even imagine how they are telling about that. That is all because We have in our scriptures and in our way of life, we have that philosophical outlook which we are keeping, and we are coming out, and all that is because it is in that center. It is the core of the philosophy of our living. So when this is the core of the philosophy of living, it gives you the philosophy in the way you are placed. So there is no greatness, there is big library, but for you there is a book for yourself in your position. That is why this adhikari or jiva is very, very important, and for him to understand this equation or this triangle is very important. So Vyavaharam, I have told you, Artha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksham. These are the four Purusharthas. So for these four Purusharthas, if you have the destination as moksha, if you have it as a destination, automatically Dharma, Artha, Kama will be in line with that. So suppose you want to go to an X place, a destination, then you automatically create your route for going there. You know, you go to the airways, airlines, and find out which flight is going. All these things you will do. No? So it is similar here. So if you first of all you have to understand your destination. Your destination is to know the Brahman. Knowing the Brahman or reaching the Brahman is what is again moksha. So Dharma, Artha, Kama will teach you about the Jagat, and this Jagat is giving you all the experiences. Because that is also God's creation. So all these things which you are around, they keep on teaching you. So when they keep on teaching you, you have to experience that. And through your experience you will learn. So this Jagat continuously teaches you. With the good and bad and all these things, it keeps on teaching you. So it also does the duty. Because it is also from the Godhead. So it is also, but it may not, it may be, you may say that it is dukkham for me, it is sukham for me, or it is pleasant for me, it is unpleasant for me, like that. But everything is a teaching for you. So today you do a mistake and you have a problem, and tomorrow you avoid it. Suppose you keep on doing the same mistake tomorrow again and again, nobody can help you. Then you have to fall 100 times before you understand that I should do the right thing. If you are careful and you make yourself okay in the first time, there's nothing better than that. You can fall 100 times and then break your legs and then put you under plaster and then suffer. So that's up to you. So that is why Bhagavan says that all the Shri Krishna Sukha Dukha Yoho, ye sab jo hai, these are all coming from outside. They are all coming to you. So it is you who have to discriminate what is good for me and what is bad for me. So you learn. Bhagavad Gita is all about learning. So when Arjuna says that, I can't kill them, Bhagavan says that try to understand what is your dharma. You see whether you are protecting the dharma or you are allowing that man who is a bad person, who is not having the respect for a woman of his own brother's wife, is not having. Do you want to allow him to live and rule this country? No. You have no option but to kill him. Although he is your stepbrother or your cousin or whatever. Don't worry. It is wrong. You do. So the karma you have to do. This is what Bhagavad Gita is teaching. So all Bhagavad Gita teaching is also coming from this Veda only. All those scriptures, we are now demystifying. So that is why we are telling all this. What they are telling you. So, lot of, you can say, a majority part of the Vedas, a big part of Vedas you can say, more than, you can say, you can't put a percentage, but still you can say, 80 to 85% of the Vedas are Karma Kanda. They all teach you how to do various things. So it starts from so many places. Now let us see. Now we will talk about it later. Shrutismriti Puranam. So this Jagat. See, now I will have to explain what is the concept of Devatas. Now everybody talks about us, saying that you talk about 33 crore Devatas. What is this 33 crore Devatas? How can there be 33 crore Devatas? We have got only one God, one X, one Y, Z, all that. You have 33 crores, somebody is saying something, somebody is saying something. So what is the concept of Devatas? First we should understand. See, things are very abstractly given in the Vedas in that sense. So first we should understand that suppose we are sitting in this building. Now you want water. Now water is not going to be readily available. Somebody has built a tank. Somebody has, put up a pump. So there has been an engineer who brought a pump. He put the pump and he pumped the water up and he stored it in the tank. And from the tank you are getting the water for 24 hours a day. The corporation may not be giving 24 hours a day. It may be giving it to you for 2 hours or 3 hours a day or whatever. So here we will say that I have built this house. I am the owner of this house. Some engineer has done this, somebody has done that, somebody science has given me the pump, and all these things you will say. What do you say in the nature? When the nature brings water from the sea and stores it in Himalayas and sends to you through the rivers for 365 days of the year through Ganga, Yamuna and all that, and you enjoy. Whom do you give the credit? There is nobody to take the credit, but there is somebody to take the credit. And who is that? That is a Devata. So Devata is not in a physical form, but in our abstract mind. So there also, instead of this engineer or this owner, I am going to say that an ex-Devata is like this. So what is the 33 number? So that is this chart that explains this. So these are according to various Brihadaranyaka, Upanishad and all that. But basically, Ashtavasu, 8 Devatas who are responsible for our daily living. Then Dwadasha Adityas. You see sun. The sun, they have runs into 12 Rashis, that we all know. So when it goes into every Rashi, it has got a different effect. It creates in some case the sun gives rise to what you call, see, all these crops you are talking about, all these things have a season. The season, there is a sowing season, there is a harvesting season, even in the animals there are reproductive seasons. So like that there are seasons. So sun has got different duties it performs. So 12 Adityas are there. 12 Adityas perform 12 different kinds of functions. So the 12 Adityas plus 8 Vasus, it makes it 20. Then there are 11 Rudras, because there are abstract forces also in work. So they are, you can say they are recreating forces. You don't say that as a destructive force. Many people use the word as destructive forces. No, it is not destructive, it is recreative. Because once, suppose you want to make a new building here, what you have to do? You have to first remove this building, then you build a new one. So it is all recreation. So what is the destruction is actually a recreation in the Jagat. So there are levels. So recreation can be done only through jnana. So Rudra is also associated with jnanam in another way. But here we are talking about the destructive forces. There are 11 Rudras who are there. So with this it makes it 31. So after that in some Upanishads they are called Ashwini Devatas, 2 number 33, and in some Vedas it is called Indra and Prajapati. So there are 33. So there are 33 groups of functions which are being performed in the Jagat by the various Devatas. So when we are talking about, say, rain, so we say, God, you have given us copious rain this year. We are very thankful to you. So in the temples you have some functions for appreciating the God for that, or going and praying for that. So like that we have got, we have got rituals in the villages associated with the harvest. So after the harvest they will do something. They will have some local function for the harvest season. So we got Lodi in India. We got Lodi. So Lodi is a harvest function. So you Thanksgiving in another way. So Lodi is a function. So like that there are functions which are performed in various ways. These functions have been given in various forms. So that also is so. With this total of 33, so the 33 abstract functions. So every function has got crore variants. Suppose you say rain. So is the rain one type? Or hundreds of types of rains. So like that every function has got a crore is just a word. It is given here to indicate infinite number of functions are performed in each and every category. That is how the whole cosmos. You see, Jagat does not mean only Ireland and the Earth and North Pole and South Pole. It means the entire universe, entire cosmos. So how much functions there will be there for each type, which we have now described. 8 vasus. So 8 vasus would be for the cosmos. How much it will be? Crores. So we say 33 crores. So crores does not mean there are 33 crores, like these photographs are there, so there are 33 crore photographs you have to put here, no? For each function, you have to appreciate. Because every function is beneficial to me. So if there is no rain, you will know. Then you will say, we should do this puja or that puja or this puja or that puja. But why not do that puja when it is there? So you better remember it always. Why only when it is not there? No? So you should always remember this 33 crore devatas, whether just even the devan bhavayatanena de deva bhavayantuna. You only have to have a bhavana for them. You don't have to do anything. God is very kind to us. He does not want anything from you. He just says, Patram Pushpam Bhavam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Praichati. He wants only bhakti from you. You give anything, because he is the owner of everything. So what does he want? Does he want a flower from you? This flower also has come from him. Rupam Rupam Prati Rupam Tadasya Rupam Prati Chakshanaya. Everything is him. Everything that is there in this world is him. तो उसका चीज को चाहिए, उसको देने का क्या मतलब है? आप हवन करते हो तो इंद्राय इदम नमः is said. So when you give an oblation, I don't know how many people know about havan. When you say indraya swaha, you put the oblation in the. Then what you say? Indraya idam namama. I have given it to Indra, but it is not mine. So every time you say, you don't say that I have given it to you. It is wrong. I cannot give anything. I am only taker in this universe. I take from this universe, and if only I take, I can give. Otherwise, with what I have come in this world? Nothing. So what do I give him? So anything that you give to God is nothing but what he has given you. You just return it. And then you say, I have given, I have given, I have given. No. Idam namama. I have given it to Indra, but it is not mine. I have given it to Rudra, Rudraya idam namama. So immediately they will say, Indraya swaha. The moment the Panditji says Indraya swaha, another Panditji will sit near you and he will say, Indraya idam namama. Say this. So you will say Indraya idam namama. So like that. So I am not giving. So this bhavana, this is what is created. So 33 crore devatas are, this is the definition of the 33 crore devatas. So how to go about all these things. So for that we have got this 4 Vedas. So in these 4 Vedas also, Vedas are also not very, as I told you, there have to be books which are suitable for all the people. So they have devised a method by which they are saying Shruti, Smriti and Purana. Shruti means the Vedas earlier were part of hearing tradition. There were no books. There were no written books. See, a living religion which has kept its book alive, such voluminous books alive, without a printing press, it is something which is almost a magic. Suppose you say Rig Veda has survived for 3000 years till today without any printed book, without any written text. See the greatness of our rishis. See the greatness of our rishis and munis, how they have kept it alive. Because of their tapasya, because of their sense of that, oneness with the scriptures. They have given their life to this. Because of which we are today, we can print in the printing press, or we can now use this computer and see these things very easily. But what about 1000 years earlier, 2000 years earlier? Students used to sit and learn oral traditions and big traditions, the Gurukulas and all. Children used to study for the whole day, work for the whole day. Everything they used to do in that Gurukula. That is how they have maintained. We should be very grateful to all these people. Anyway, coming back to our this thing. So Shruti, Smriti and Puranas. So we have these four Vedas. They are called Shrutis. So Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva Veda. Now somebody might ask, why there are these four? For that we have to know something like Somayagam or bigger rituals. So in that rituals, the Devatas are invited or invoked first. So when you invoke the Devatas, it is done through Rig Veda. Devatas are invoked. Then the Yajur Veda gives them the Swaha, the oblation, the offering is done with the Yajur Veda. Then with Sama Veda, they are entertained. Now when you go to some hotel or somewhere, you have, when you take your food, sometimes you have this some music playing or some orchestra playing or something like that, no? In the background. So similarly here, in the Somayaga, there will be a set of people who are Samavedis who will be singing the praise of that particular Devata in a musical fashion. So that is Samaveda. And there is another person who is called the Brahma of the performance, who will be overseeing whether everything is going in a correct coordinated function, because this is about 60 feet by 40 feet place and no mic or nothing. Now even for this small room I am using a mic. They used to have a 50 or 60 feet by 40 feet Yajnashala, and there used to be one person performing the Yajnam here. Samavedis used to be sitting there. Rigvedis are sitting here. So somebody has to coordinate all these three people. So with a very loud voice, there are orders which are passed. Chaturbhishcha dvabhyam panchavirevacha huyate cha punardvabhyam sanau vishnu prasidasi. This is given by Shankaracharya. There are four words. Now I am not going to deep into it because it will be taking too much of time. But there are orders which are passed. Now this fellow will pass order to this man will pass order to that man will pass order to this man. No, somebody will be overseeing. So this overseeing is done. This type of knowledge for the overseeing has to, the person has to know. He has to have a full knowledge. So who is that person? He is the Atharva. So he has got the analysis and practical usage as contained in other Vedas. Everything he is knowing. So he is the Atharva Vedi. So Yajurveda, some people think that Atharva Veda is not very important, but the Atharva Veda is also equally important. So all these four Vedas are used in the yajnas, big yajnas when we talk about. There are smaller yajnas which we will come to later. So we have this Shruti Smriti Purana. So we have now talked about Shruti. Now there are explanatory texts for the Shruti. Now, Shruti is used for certain specific purposes and talks about certain things which are very high level points. But as I told you, the texts have to come down to teach us. So we have got Smritis, which are derived texts of the Shruti. So in that Shrutis we have got a Shrauta Sutra. There are rishis like Apastamba or other rishis, big rishis who have written several sutras. Sutras means what? A very big thing is condensed in one simple sentence. Like in mathematics when you say x, let this be x. So x plus y whole square is equal to x square plus y square. So now if you are given a 100 number or 80 number or 90 number, you can put with this formula, you can do anything. Okay, you have to add 89 plus 59 whole square. So usually this is treated as x, this you treat it as y, so x square. So like that. Similarly for sutras, they have got big things, they have condensed it into a small thing. For example, I am just giving one example. The Brahma Sutra is there. Brahma Sutra's first sutra is Janmadhyasya Yataha. This is a simple word, Janmadhyasya Yataha. Now they used to remember Janmadhyasya Yataha, Janmadhyasya Yataha. Now what is Janmadhyasya Yataha? They were taught through the Bhashyas. So they were taught Janmadhyasya Yataha. What does it mean by Janmadhyasya Yataha? Janma-adi. Janma-adi means what? It means Janma, Mrityu and rebirth. So everything will come in that. So Janmadhyasya Yataha. Jisme se, from where the entire all these things, Jiva Jantus have come, and where they are going to go, from where it is come. Yathova imani bhutani jayante, yena jatani. I think you can understand Sanskrit, it's not very difficult. Yathova imani bhutani jayante, yena jatani jivanti, yat prayanti abhisamvishanti, where they go back. So Janmadhi, then they say Janmadhyasya Yataha. Yataha means from where. So from where it comes, how it lives, where it goes back is Brahman. So this is how the sutras are managed. So like that there are 555 sutras explaining very, very big things. But all of them are solved. So everybody used to remember. So they used to be taught this, in this form. So they used to route that, Ratalagana. So they used to do that. But people are laughing at them, they are just, doing this again and again and just saying like that. No. That is the way they used to remember all the bigger things. Because if they don't do this, they won't do that. They won't be able to do that. So that is how all these sutras are managed. So, Smritis. Then, there are other people who can't understand even that. So there has to be some more type of storytelling. So this storytelling is not just storytelling. They are derived from certain actual happenings that have happened in the real life. So from that they have made it into a story, because there is a core of any story, no? There is a core from which the whole story is then worked out, and they make this bigger and also there is one core in this thing. So they have one core which gives a particular line of thought of dharma or some truth or this thing. Then it is expanded to give it a form of story. There can be also real life happenings. It is not that all the Puranas are just made for storytelling. There are some real people's life. And now within the Puranas, there are two Puranas which are considered to be as itihasas. So itihasas are like Mahabharata is a itihasa. Even today, you can find the remnants of the tribals who took part in the Mahabharata war. They are living in this thing, and all those, so many things you can see in the YouTube and all, you can learn. And they are now doing a lot of research. Everybody says they have come from Afghanistan, this one, like that. There are so many stories that are there. So that I don't want to repeat. But you can see that. Like Gandhari has come from what is called Gandhar today in Afghanistan. So like that there are. So these are all itihasa. So Gandhari actually came from there. So in Ramayana, the Kaikeyi also came from that side. So the Kekayam Rajyam. So there is a Mithila now, which is in Nepal. There is an Ayodhya, which is in UP. So like that it is there. So Ramayana and Mahabharata is considered as itihasas. So itihasa Puranas. So all these things are told to you. Even Vedas use storytelling inside their format, so to explain certain complex problems. So that also, Vedas also contain small stories. Vedic stories are there, which are like small stories inside and the narrative is like Vedam has its own narrative like that. So itihasas and Puranas. Now how these are utilized by the rishis. So for Vedas, there are 6 angas. So they are called Veda Anga. Veda Anga. Veda Angas are Chandas. Chandas means, see, you have got a specific meter for shlokas also. So it is very easy to remember it. Ramaya, Ramabhadraya, Ramachandraya, Vedase, Raghunathaya, Nathaya, Sitaya, Pataye Namaha. 8 aksharas in 4 padas become this sloka. So it is very easy to repeat and remember. So Chandas, you know, what's the word of this word? Chand bolte hain usko. So Chandas is a science. There are so many Chandas. There are Bharati Chandas, there are Gayatri is also a Chandas. So like that there are so many Chandas. So Chandas is one of the Angas of the Vedas, because Vedas are all kept in specific meters. And they have to be, now if 100 people are there from, say, repeating a particular shaka of Vedam in a place, they will all be telling in one unison. There will be nobody who, there is no orchestra, there is no leader who is showing the danda and so showing like this in orchestra what they do. All these things are not there, but they will go on. They will just say, Om Sastra Sirisha Purusha Sastra. So there will be 100 people coming from various parts of India, and all will be sitting and saying the same thing in the same meter, in the same way. All this is because of this Chanda Shastra. They know this, how to pronounce. So Shiksha is one of the Vedanga. Shiksha means they have to pronounce in a particular way. Shiksham vya akhyasamaha varnaswaraha matrabalam samasantanaha ityukta shikshadhyayaha sahanau yashaha sahanau brahma varchasam athatasagum hidaya upanishadam vya akhyasamaha panchaswadikarneshu adilokam adijyotisam adivajavat adiprajamadhyatmam tamahasagum hida ityachakshate. This is Shiksha. They are taught to how to say everybody. If you take, I have come from Delhi, somebody would have come from Maharashtra, somebody would have come from Chennai. If they are of the same shaka, there are so many shakas of Shiksha. So suppose they are from the same shaka as mine, that is Krishna Yajurveda Shaka. If they are from that, if there are 10 people from 10 different cities who have learned from 10 different gurus, we will be all saying it in the same manner. That is how it has survived for 3000 years, 4000 years. Because everybody will be saying the same thing in the same manner. Same aksharas, same thing, same meters, even same length. Ha, hu, ha. If I say, 10 people will be saying, nobody will say ha in longer or shorter. Everybody will be saying ha, hu, ha. It's all important to know all these things because people don't know all these technicalities in the Vedas. This should be known because once we know, we can appreciate it more. How they have kept it alive. Ha, hu, ha, hu, ha, hu. So this entire length, even the time, if you can have a stopwatch and see, it will be perfect. There will be no difference. All these things are set. So Shiksham Vyakhyāsyāma. What is Shiksha? Varnaha, Swaraha, Matra. There are six things for that also. Varnaha, Swaraha, Matra, Balam, Samam, Santanam. There are six specific elements in the Shiksha itself. So within the Shiksha there are 6 elements. So like that they are all fixed. They cannot be changed. They are fixed for a particular shaka. There will be another shaka in somewhere, so that will be different. There will be another one, that will be different. So like that there will be differences. Otherwise everything will be same. Then we have Vyakaranam. Vyakaranam is very important. Because if you don't know the Vyakaranam, you cannot explain the context. You cannot explain the meaning of all these things. So Vyakaranam is very important because how to do samasam, how to do sandhi, all these things have to be known. Then only you can do. You can't just keep repeating things. So the Vyakaranam, how, for example, Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati is given. So I'm just explaining it to you because you have to appreciate. Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati. So one person, if he wrongly says, he says Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati. Somebody will say Brahmavid Brahma Eva Bhavati. So Eva Bhavati or Eva Bhavati, how we should split it? Brahma Eva Bhavati or Brahma Eva Bhavati. What is the correct way? So this should be known. So because both will make 2 different meanings. Brahma Eva Bhavati will become Brahma itself. Brahma itself. Brahma Eva Bhavati means he will be like Brahma. So both are 2 different things. Somebody is like Brahma or somebody is Brahma itself. It's different. So this grammar is very important. Vyakarana. Then Shiksha, Vyakarana, Chandase, Nirukta. Nirukta means there are word meanings have to be understood. What is the word meaning of this? What is the meaning? All those things. Nirukta. Then you have Jyotisha. Jyotisha means time is a dimension in all our scriptures. It's not just simply a written text. It also says that this thing has to be done at this time. That thing has to be done at that time. So like that there are rules for performances. There are rules for even the job. Suppose a farmer comes to you, he will ask you, then you will say, you wait for 2 months for sowing. Because after 2 months, the time will be right for sowing. After 2 months, the right time will be, so like that you have panchangs. Then you have got Jyotisha. Jyotisha means it is seen from where you can't understand. Jyotisha means light. Again, there is within this Veda light, there is a smaller light. So Jyotisha. Jyotisha means a time element. So time element. Jyotisha and then Kalpa. Then these texts are used for various worship. So you have got, so you said Devatas and all, so accordingly there are divisions of worship. So you worship Shiva, you worship Narayana, you worship Muruga. Muruga is also there here. So like that you worship. So for that worship, you have got a specific method for each, because each energy is a different kind of energy, and there is a method for invoking that God. There is a method for praying. There is a method for doing the puja. All this is coming under the head of Kalpa. So Jyotisha and Kalpa. Then there are certain Upavedas which are useful for the life. Like we have Ayurveda. Ayurveda is also. There are now Upangas. Then there are Upangas. So Upangas are, there is the most, because you have to prove, because we have this system in learning. We have to discuss, we have to prove, we have to say in mathematics. If you say, you say you have to prove that this is equal to that. So like that, what is the method of proving an X? So for that there is a Shastra which is called Nyaya Shastra. So there is a method, logic is there. From this step, that step will come. From that step, so there are fallacies in logic. So Vedas were the first step for inductive and deductive logic, which we learn today in any science. So that is the first. These are this Nyaya, logic and reasoning. Then we have got Puranas. The first is Mimamsa. Mimamsa is again explanatory, because Vedas talks things in very small way. Then they are expanded into Mimamsa. What is the Mimamsa in this? So they will say this X to Y, Y to Z and all that, like that. It's an explanatory item. Then we have got again Purana, that I have already covered there. Then there are Dharma Shastras. How we should behave. How we should behave with others. How others should behave with you. What is the family behavior? What is the social behavior? What is the king's behavior towards his subjects? What is the subject's behavior towards the king? What is the behavior of the police or whoever is the Dandadikari, they say here. So Dandadikari, what can he do? How much he should do? What he should not do? All these things are coming under the Dharma Shastra. We have got a lot of granthas in the Dharma Shastras also. Then we have got Upavedas. These Upavedas are supplementary to the Vedas. So they are also useful to us in the sense that they talk about Ayurveda. So you know what is Ayurveda for medicinal purpose. Then you have Dhanurveda, which talks about weaponry of that time. Then we have Gandharva Veda, which is like music and all those things will come under the Gandharva Vedas. Then we have Arthashastra, which is about economics, how the money is to be dealt. So we have got a very big treatise today is Chanakya's Arthashastra. There are Arthashastra principles are there in the Vedas itself, but today we have got something called Chanakya's Arthashastra, which is very, very famous and which is containing so many truths. And if I start talking about them, it will be a very big thing. And you will be surprised to know how it is talking. But one small example only I will give. It says how the king should collect the taxes. So Arthashastra says he should be like a butterfly. The butterfly goes and sits in a flower and sucks the honey. But it does not damage the fruit, the flower. In fact, its sitting actually gives rise to fruit. So the king should collect taxes in such a way that the person is also not harmed and he is also benefited. So that is how the tax should be collected. And how the tax should be spent. Arthashastra says it should be spent like a rain god. It should collect the taxes from the ocean, from the persons who have got lot of money. So collect the taxes from there and put it in that place where there is no water. So you give it to the people who are poor, you give it there. So these are all some of the principles. And there are so many other things in Arthashastra, how the town should be planned, how it should, all those things are there. They are a very big treaty. It is Arthashastra, if you take, that is also a very big subject. So Arthashastra is another Veda. So these are 4 Upavedas, what you call. And then there are other things like Leelavati Ganitam. Then there are Vaisheshika Grantha. Vaisheshikas were scientists of that time. So they used to take all the metals, all these things, and they used to do research on that, what to do, what not to do, and all those things. So they were actually alchemists, what we call today. So they were the Vaisheshikas. Then Nyaya Mimamsa people. Then Niti. Niti is another very important area where you have to judge and you have to tell what is right, what is wrong, and all those things. Then, then you have got a lot of Bhakti Sutras. Because all the devotion, one thing is very important. In any devotion, for anything to be accomplished, you need Bhakti and Shraddha. Without that, nothing will come. Without Shraddha and Bhakti. If you do bhajan, without Shraddha and Bhakti, if you think of something else and you are doing the bhajan is useless. The bhajan should be done with the Bhakti and with the Shraddha. What is Bhakti? Bhakti is putting yourself into that and not thinking of anything beyond it. That is Bhakti. There should be nothing at that moment. At that moment when you are doing Bhakti, should be only Bhakti. When you think of God, then your entire concentration should be on God. Not on your house or your college or your school or your office or anything. It should be on the God. You take out time in such a way that it should be concentrated on that Godhead, not on anything else. And whatever is to be done, suppose a puja has to be done, it has to be done with Shraddha. It has to be done. It should not be done with an indifference. Just to do something and and talk to him and keep on doing this. No. It has to be done with Shraddha. Shraddha Bhakti Samanvidaha. Everything has to be done. So, for Bhakti also, there are so many sutras like Narada Bhakti Sutra, Shandilya Bhakti Sutra. All these things are there. These are all minor texts which are not directly related to Vedam. But apart from this also, there are Tantric Granthas. There are so many Granthas in India. If you see, you can have 100,000 libraries for all the Tantrics. There are so many scripts like that. So all these things are very important. So now, what is it that we have to do? Now you have told me so many things. So what do I do? How do I take it forward? If you ask, then these are the ways in which you have to take it forward. This is called, there are 3 types of karmas. One is Nitya Karma, which is a compulsory karma. Sandhya Vandana, Bhagwan ko subah aur sham ko yaad karna. For those who are ordained with this thing, doing Sandhya Vandana in the morning, in the evening. So like that, there are Nitya Karmas, which are compulsory karmas. Okay? Then there are Naimittika Karmas. Naimittika Karma means which have to be done on specific occasions. When such occasion arises, you have to do certain things. So that is called Naimittika Karma. Then there are Kamya Karmas. Suppose you have to do, see, I want to say, like, you are going to that, what you call, nowadays that was going on, Ganga Snan karne ke liye log gaye the. So, mera paap dhulna hai. ऐसा करके जो whatever they were feeling. So that feeling and going there is kamya. They want to do it because they want to get rid of the papas which they have done or which they are supposed to have done. So these are called kamya karmas. So these things are 3 karmas. So nitya karma is that which is ordained, like for simple people it is morning and evening, just to say thank God, remember God, some small shloka, something, whatever your fathers, forefathers have told you. So repeat that. Good. For those who are doing Sandhya Vandanam in a proper manner, Sandhya Vandanam is a Nitya Karma. So these are all compulsory karmas called Nitya Karma. Now Naimittika Karmas are what? Slowly take you up. Naimittika Karma, first Naimittika Karma here is what you call Garbhadanam. We start from there. It's a very big long list. So because this is how the living is going on. So in Hindi they call Gauna. I don't know how many people know about it. After the marriage, there is something called Gauna in Hindi. So this is called Garbhadanam in Sanskritam. Garbhadanam means giving the woman the birth possibility. So this is called Garbhadanam, pregnancy or well-being of the child. Then we got Pumsavanam. After 3 months of the pregnancy, you can check with the scientist. I'm not a scientist, but generally, I'm not a doctor or a scientist. But Pumsavanam is done at the end of 3 months of pregnancy. Because the child slowly starts understanding things inside the womb. So when he starts understanding the things, a ritual is performed that is called Pumsavanam. Pumsavanam is performed when the child starts understanding things. Then Semantonayanam, when his limbs are born in the 7th or 8th month, his limbs, hands and legs have come. So there it is Semantonayanam is performed. After that, when the birth of the child takes place, there is a time. As I told you, time is also very important for us. Now there may be some dosha grahas or all those things, because everybody cannot get all good things in life. No? So there are some dosha grahas always in everybody's birth. So for removing that doshas, you do what is called as jata karma. Then you name the child, that is called namakarana. Then nishkramanam. Nishkramanam means, first you keep the child inside a particular room with the mother only, and you don't allow anybody to go and see the child and all that. So after some time, you bring the child outside in the normal room where others are also coming. So at that time, there is a function called Nishkramanam. Okay. Then after that, we have Annaprasanam. First time taking the solid food. When the child takes the first solid food, that is called Annaprasanam. Then the first time when you cut the hairs, that is called Chuda Karmam. After that, you have got Karna Vedanam, means earrings, piercing the ears. That is also one function. Then for the boys, there is an Upanayanam. That is the sacred thread ceremony. Then we have got, once that is over, then Veda Arambham. Veda is taught. So Vedic annual year, like academic year here you say, it starts with one, Raksha Bandhan festival in Yoga. So Shravana Purnima. Shravana Purnima, it is the year beginning of the Vedic study. Vedic studies every year begin with that day. So there the new thread is given. The old thread is discarded and the new thread is given to the boy. So that is called, that is a function. So that is also one of the things. So like that it goes on, Upanayanam, Veda Arambham. So at that time, the Veda Shiksha is started. After Veda Shiksha, 6 months they do the routing of the Veda text. Then 6 months they learn the other things, as I told you, Angas. Veda Angas are there, Chandas, all those things. So for next 6 months they will be learning Vedanga. That is how earlier the Gurukulam was there. Then after the end of, when the next Paurnami comes, after 1 year, every year you will have the Raksha Bandhan time, no? So next year will come. So there will be a Samavartanam. Samavartanam means closing of the year. Or you can say graduation. So once the person has graduated, he will be given a Samavartanam. Then after all these things are done, he will be given to in marriage. Vivaham. In case of girls, it is called Kanyadanam. In case of boys, it will be called Vivaham. Then once our Grahastha duties are all over, we got something called Vanaprastham, which is not actually a karma, but a method by which you go away slowly from the day-to-day life and start devoting yourself to a higher spiritual life. So you slowly go away. Don't go away like, sannyasi goes outside and he walks out of the home. No. You just do vanaprastha. So vanaprastha, people used to live in special. Nowadays, people are living in old age homes because of compulsion or something. But that is also vanaprastha in another way. So that is also vanaprastha. Then comes sannyasam, in which we give up, all these karmas are given up. So only Brahman and me remain. All these karmas are not required now anymore. So I am now a body of the entire universe. So I don't need any karma. So that stage is called sannyasa. It is not possible for everyone. Sannyasam is not an easy thing. You just escape from here and go. No. Sannyasam has to have a mental capability of discarding everything. There is no want. There is no this thing. In one of the classes in which I attended, there was a person who was sitting here at one place. And at about 12 o'clock, they said, you have got a gap of 1 hour. You can all go out and come back after 20 minutes, 1 hour or whatever. So people all went and came back. So this person came and sat at the same place from where he stood up. So the Guruji said that you have developed a want, or you have developed this thing, liking for that place, which now you should discard. It's a simple matter, but it was the way he just taught him. So you are sitting here, same place. In the morning you sat in the same way, so you have got to develop the liking for this. Don't develop a liking for this place. So this is called sannyasa. Sannyasa means no liking or anything. Then antyeshti, of course, after death, our body goes into again Panchabhuta, it goes back. So this is what I have been explaining. Garbhadanam, Pumsamanam, Simantonnayanam, then Agneyam. So these are so during that learning period which I was telling, after the what do you call that Rakshabandhan time and another Rakshabandhan time, within that 1 year, every 3 months, one yajna is performed by the boy. Those yajnas are called Agneyam, Saumyam, Prajapatyam, Vaishwadevam. So, Agneyam means Vedic studies. Vedic studies are inherent, inherent in Vedic studies are Agni Upasana also. For everything we have got Agni. For every ritual we are talking about, we have Agni. So Agneyam. So Agni Upasana is taught to him. Then Saumyam. Then Saumyam means now you are studying, now you should know about your society. So you have to, earlier those days, today even the Buddha bhikshus do that. So you go to the society and ask for bhiksha. Learn about the society. Learn about their, and so you develop a relationship with your society. You are not away from the society. You are in part of the society. So that is called, so there is a havanam for that also. Then Prajapatyam. Prajapatyam means study of family. How family, mata, pita, all these things, how they should live together, and all these things called Prajapatyam. Then Vaishwadevam. Then you are a universal being. So finally, you have to become a universal being. So all this is part of study. That is why Vedas takes you from somewhere up to here. So Vaishwadevam, it has taken you from Garbhadanam to Vaishwadevam. Then actually Samarthana means year completion. So once the final 4 years normally is one Veda study. So in the end of the 4th year, he will be given Samavartanam. There he will be taught some basic truths which he has to go outside from here and follow. That is called Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Athithi Devo Bhava, Yani Anavadhyani Karmani Tani Sevitavyani, Yani Asmagatum Sucharitani Tani Sevitavyani. Like that there are so many teachings which is taught. That is, first you have to respect your parents, mother, father, then the guru who is teaching you, you have to respect. So all these things are taught. So slowly it will come into the entire society. You respect everything. Then Vivaha is obvious. Then Pancha Mahayajna. Next slide. So these are the Pancha Mahayajnas. Bhuta Yajna, Deva Yajna, Manusha Yajna, Rishi Yajna and Brahma Yajna or Brahma Yajna. So Bhuta Yajna means all the things around you, or Bhuta means existing. So existence itself, as I told you, my existence is a great thing. It is not, we are taking it for granted. My birth and my living here, I have taken it for granted. But that is not granted. It has come with lot of difficulty. I have acquired this after 84 lakh yonis and so many other evolutions. I have come to this human being in the human form, and I am able to, have this brain and have this understanding to study all these things. So, like, please tell me 10 minutes before, then I have to finish. Otherwise, I will go on like this. You have to tell me 10 minutes before.
Yes.
Is it over?
You can start
Almost. Yeah.
So I can conclude it.
Yeah, you can just, there are 2-3 slides, you can just quickly.
Just you slow the slide.
Just say that you didn't have 5 minutes.
Then of course Rishi Yajna, because they have given you all the teachings, and then Pancha Mahayajna. Other artists have it. Then finally, what is there for a common person who does not have all these things? So he has got Navavida Bhakti. So he can do Bhakti of God. So भगवान का कीर्तन करो, भगवान के ये जैसे आप सुंदरकांड का पाठ कर रहे थे पिछले घड़ी, तो सुंदरकांड का पाठ एक करेगा 4 जने 10 जने सुनेंगे, ठीक है, बहुत बढ़िया है। श्रवणम, भगवान का नाम का श्रवण करना, के कथा का श्रवण करना, ऐसा करके श्रवणम, कीर्तनम, उसके बारे में जैसे आप पढ़ रहे थे सुंदरकांड पढ़ना, पढ़ते रहना या कीर्तन करना, भजन करना, ये सब कुछ कीर्तन में आता है। स्मरणम, मन में स्मरण करना, एक तो बाहर से तो बाकी हो गया, अंदर को जब जाएंगे तो स्मरण हो जाएगा। फिर भगवान का कुछ वो काम करना, उसको कहते हैं अर्चनम, भगवान को अर्चना करना, भगवान का नाम लेना, अर्चना करना, और वंदना करना, भगवान को वंदना करना, अर्चना करना, वंदना करना। अर्चना के बाद हम नमस्कार करेंगे, वंदना करेंगे। वंदनम, दास्यम, ये हनुमान का जैसे भगवान का काम करना। कल को यहाँ पे कोई फंक्शन हो रहा है, भगवान का फंक्शन हो रहा है, तो उस फंक्शन में काम करो, उसका फंक्शन का चेयर्स को कुछ भी काम दास्यम करो, अपना वो अहम को छोड़ के उसके अंदर दास्यम को करो। वो दास्यम, सख्यम, भगवान मेरा है ऐसा फीलिंग वाले होगा। मेक हिम योर फ्रेंड, नॉट ए पर्सन हु विल रूल ओवर यू, ही इज योर फ्रेंड। ऐसा करके मन में वो भावना को लेके आओ, भगवान मेरा है। वो मेरा सरदार कैसे हो सकता है? मेरा भगवान है, मेरा फ्रेंड है, इसको बोलते हैं सख्यम। और अगर वो सखा है तो उसके जो भी काम करना है मेरे को करना है। आत्मनिवेदनम, मेरा जो कुछ भी है सर्व तुम्हारा ही है। जो भी है, मेरे को आज अच्छा होता है वो भी तेरा है, मेरा बुरा होता है वो भी तुम्हारा ही है, मेरा आना जाना भी तुम्हारा है। आज यहाँ बैठ के आप लोगों को मैं बता रहा हूँ, वो भी भगवान का मर्जी है। कल को मैं इधर से वापस चला जाऊंगा, वो भी मेरा मर्जी है। कल आप मेरे को फिर से बुलाओगे, वो भी आप भगवान का मर्जी है। कल को मैं कुछ और बोलूँ, ये सब कुछ आत्म निवेदन, अपना जो भी कर्म है अब भगवान को अर्चना अर्पण कर दो, उसको आत्म निवेदन बोलेंगे। ये नवविध भक्ति है। ये प्रहलाद ने सुनाया था कि ये भक्ति का वो है ना? I think you understood, or any question is there in this? Everybody has understood? आत्मा निवेदनम. So इसके लिए बेस्ट क्या है? I am coming to the last part of it. So इसके लिए बेस्ट है, इसमें ये दो, मैंने ये एक बार ही समझा देता हूँ। इसका दो मेथड्स हैं। इसको एक को मर्कट किशोर न्यायम बोलते हैं, एक का मार्जर किशोर न्यायम बोलते हैं। मर्कट किशोर न्यायम का मतलब है कि ये जो है ना, ये बिल्ली, बंदर का जो छोटा बच्चा होगा, वो बंदर के ऊपर ऐसे चिपक जाएगा। वो बंदर जहां पे भी कूदेगा उसके साथ वो कूदते रहेगा। जस्ट जंप फ्रॉम behind, he will just catch hold of the monkey and he will just jump from here and there. Even with a big jump, he will also be in the back. He will never leave that. That is called Markata Kishora Nyayam. Then there is a Mardara Kishora Nyayam. There is a cat. The cat will, the mother of the cat will just catch it like this in its mouth and will take. The child does not even know what is happening. It will be just closing its eye and just lying like that. So भगवान का भी ये दो तरीका है। एक तरीका उसको पकड़ लो, अच्छी तरह से पकड़ लो, तो छोड़ो ही नहीं, हर चीज में पकड़ लो। और एक ऐसा है कि भाई तू जो मेरे से करा था, whatever you are allowing me to do, let me do. So surrender, 100% surrender is the other one. So these are the two nyayas. So I told you Nyaya Shastra is there. No? So these are the nyayas. So there are two different nyayas for the bhakti. So this is one type of bhakti. This is one type of where you catch hold of the God. You don't leave him. Just say, yes, this is what I want. This is what Prahlada says. You मेरे को जला दो, मेरे को कटा दो. You put me in fire. You put me in serpents. You put me whatever. I am going to say Om Namo Narayana. I am not going to leave it. I will not leave it. That is one way. Another way is to leave it to God. So all these things, coming to my last part of it, is satsanga. It is the most easiest thing. There are certain other texts, minor texts, which are not part of it. There is a tantra also. Some pujas are performed in tantric way. So mantra, tantra, yantra, there are three variations. So there are tantric texts, then there are yantras, yantric texts, there are mantric texts, and daily rituals and practices. And there are, one thing which one should never forget is, each one should know his Kula Devata. There is one Devata which your family has been practicing. So we have forgotten, many people must have forgotten that. So Kula Devata worship is very, very important. If nothing, you just say that my Kula Devata, I am morning and evening, you just say, don't have to say Shiva, this thing. If you don't know. If you know Kula Devata, nothing better than that. So Kula Devata ka yaad karna is very, very important. It should always be done. Because that is the string of our family that should never be left. So that should also be done. Then finally, coming to the last part of it, it is satsang. So we all come together, practice some sort of bhajan, kirtan. So satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam, निर्मोहत्वे निश्चलतत्वं निश्चलतत्वे जीवन मुक्ति भज गोविंदम गोविंदम भज मूढ़मते. So everything is now finally coming to bhaj govindam. So if we do that, If we know all this and if we do this, if we know the concept and we do it, we have gone up instead of coming down. So with that, Bhadram Karne Vishnuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashyemakshaviryajatraha Sthirairangai Sushtuvagum Shastanubihi Vishema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Vruddhashravaha Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti nastaksho Arishtanemihi Swasti no Brihaspatirdhadatu Om Shanti 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 Sahana Bhavatu, you can say Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahi Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I once again thank all of you for giving me this patient hearing throughout this whole lecture or whatever you may call it. Small mind, whatever little I knew, I just shared with you. If there has been any wrong or any mistake, you please, think that, forget it and learn only what is good for you from whatever I have spoken. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.